For years, people have said Apple would never make a foldable phone. That Apple is always late. That Apple is watching Samsung and others fail first before stepping in. And now in 2026, those rumors are turning into something very real. Today we are talking about the most secretive project in Apple history, the iPhone Fold, a device that could completely change the smartphone industry forever. This is not a concept anymore. These are real leaks from supply chain insiders, display manufacturers, and Apple prototype testing labs. And what you are about to hear will shock you because Apple is not just copying foldables. Apple is trying to make the first foldable phone that actually feels like an iPhone. The first big leak is about the display, and this alone explains why Apple waited so long. Sources from Samsung Display and LG Display claim Apple has ordered a brand new, ultra-thin glass that can survive over 500,000 folds. Apple reportedly rejected earlier foldable screens because of visible crease lines, and now they have developed a self-healing polymer layer under the glass that slowly fills micro scratches. When heat from your hand touches the screen, that means the crease will almost disappear after a few days of use, something no foldable phone has ever done properly. The second major leak is about the design, and this is where Apple is being bold. Instead of a tall Galaxy Fold-style phone, Apple is going for a book-style iPhone that unfolds into an iPad mini-size display. Folded, it looks like a premium iPhone Pro, but when opened, it becomes a compact tablet. The hinge is made of liquid metal alloy, the same material used in Apple Watch internals, which is extremely strong yet flexible. The hinge reportedly has a dust-blocking microbrush system that cleans particles every time you open and close the phone. The third leak confirms Apple is testing two versions of the foldable. One is a standard foldable iPhone, and the other is a thinner Pro version with a titanium frame like the iPhone 15 Pro series. The Pro version is rumored to be just 9.2 millimeters thick when folded, which would make it the slimmest foldable ever. This shows Apple is not entering the market to compete, but to dominate it. The fourth leak is about the crease. Apple engineers have created a multi-layer flexible OLED stack with a new pixel alignment system that reduces stress at the folding point. This allows the display to bend smoothly without leaving a deep line. Early testers say the crease is almost invisible unless light hits it at a sharp angle, making this the cleanest foldable screen so far. The fifth leak reveals Apple's new battery technology. Instead of one large battery, the iPhone Fold uses a dual battery system placed on each side of the hinge. These batteries use a new silicon-carbon cell structure that increases energy density by almost 20% while staying thin. Combined with Apple's new power management chip, the phone is expected to last a full day even with the large screen. The sixth leak focuses on the camera system. Apple is testing a triple camera module similar to the iPhone Pro lineup but with a new folding optimization mode. When the phone is half folded, it becomes a mini tripod. You can place it on a table and record hands-free videos, FaceTime calls, or time-lapse shots without any stand. The main sensor is rumored to be a 48-megapixel stacked sensor with improved low-light performance and AI image enhancement powered by Apple's Neural Engine. The seventh leak confirms the iPhone Fold will run a special version of iOS called FoldOS internally. This system dynamically changes the interface depending on whether the phone is folded or unfolded. When opened, apps automatically expand into tablet mode. Multitasking becomes native with split screen, floating windows, and drag-and-drop support. Apple is reportedly working with top app developers to make sure Instagram, YouTube, Safari, and iMessage look perfect on the large inner screen. The eighth leak is about Face ID and Touch ID. Because of space issues, Apple is experimenting with under-display Face ID for the inner screen and a side-mounted Touch ID on the power button when folded. This gives users two biometric options, something Apple has never done before in a single device. The ninth leak is about durability and water resistance. Unlike current foldables, Apple wants the iPhone Fold to be water-resistant. Engineers are testing nano-coating seals around the hinge and internal components to protect them from moisture and dust. While it may not be fully waterproof, it could be the first foldable with official water resistance. The 10th and most exciting leak is about the launch timeline. Multiple supply chain reports suggest Apple is preparing for mass production in late 2026, with a public launch expected in early 2027. The price is rumored to start around $1,799 for the base version and go up to $2,199 for the Pro model. Now imagine holding a phone that transforms into a tablet, runs Apple's smooth ecosystem, supports multitasking like a laptop, takes professional photos, lasts all day, and folds into your pocket. This is not just another phone. This is Apple redefining the future again. Before we wrap up this video, there is one very important question everyone is asking. If Samsung already has foldable phones like the Galaxy Z Fold series, then why should anyone care about Apple's foldable iPhone? What makes the iPhone Fold better even before it is launched? And the answer is simple. Apple is not trying to be first, Apple is trying to be flawless. Samsung has been making foldables for years, but every generation still feels like an experiment. Crease lines are still visible. Battery life is still average, apps still feel stretched, and durability is still a concern. Apple watched all of this carefully. Instead of rushing into the market, Apple spent years fixing the problems that Samsung users complain about. The biggest difference will be the software experience. Samsung phones run Android with a custom skin, but most apps are not designed for foldable screens. They just stretch when the phone opens. Apple, on the other hand, is building FoldOS from the ground up. Every app will smoothly shift between phone mode and tablet mode. Multitasking will feel natural, not forced. This is something only Apple can do because they control both hardware and software. The second major difference will be the display quality. Samsung makes beautiful foldable screens, but the crease is still there. Apple's new ultra-thin glass and self-healing layer is designed to make the crease almost disappear over time. When you open the iPhone Fold, it will feel like one clean screen, not two screens joined together. The third big reason is durability. Samsung foldables still scare users because of dust and hinge issues. Apple's liquid metal hinge, dust cleaning system, and nano-sealed internals will make the iPhone Fold feel solid and premium, not fragile. It will feel like a normal iPhone that just happens to fold. The fourth difference is performance and battery efficiency. Samsung uses different processors and batteries depending on the region, which affects consistency. Apple uses one powerful chip worldwide with industry-leading efficiency. Combined with the dual silicon-carbon batteries, the iPhone Fold will last longer and stay cooler, even when multitasking on the big screen. The fifth reason is the Apple ecosystem. When you open your iPhone Fold, it will instantly connect with your Mac, iPad, Apple Watch, and AirPods. You will be able to drag files, answer calls, copy text, and continue tasks across devices. Samsung tries to do this, but Apple has perfected it. So while Samsung introduced the world to foldables, Apple is about to redefine what a foldable should feel like. Samsung made foldables popular, but Apple is going to make them mainstream. And once people experience a foldable that feels like a real iPhone and a real iPad in one device, the competition will never look the same again. Samsung started the foldable race, but Apple is preparing to finish it. The iPhone Fold is not about being first, it is about being perfect. And when Apple finally reveals this device, the smartphone world will never be the same again.